Airports are designed to move people. Efficient, mechanical, cold. You walk through scanners, down corridors, past security cameras that never blink. But what if one airport wasn't just designed to move people, but to study them? Denver International Airport, or DIA, has long been a source of fascination. Strange murals, obscure symbols, and massive underground infrastructure have fueled conspiracy theories for decades. But what if I told you some of those theories might not be entirely false? That beneath the runways, past the restricted access tunnels and defunct baggage systems, lies a facility not listed on any public blueprint. A lab where behavioral studies, biometric monitoring, and environmental manipulation have been conducted. Not for the sake of passengers, but for something far more secretive. This is not about speculation. This is about strange construction delays, black budgets, sealed hallways, and whistleblowers who were silenced. This is the hidden lab beneath Denver International Airport. Denver International Airport opened in 1995, 6 years behind schedule and $2 billion over budget. The city already had a functioning airport, Stapleton, but for reasons never fully explained, it was shut down and replaced. From the start, DIA was strange. Its runways are arranged in a swastika-like formation, a design the airport claims is purely for efficiency, but which has drawn endless suspicion. More troubling is its size. The airport covers more than 53 square miles, making it the second largest in the world, larger than Manhattan. Why would a regional airport need that much space? And then there are the underground levels, 5 known ones, with rumors of more. The original baggage system, which cost $250 million, was abandoned after years of malfunction, but the tunnels remained, pristine, secured, and repurposed. Employees have spoken carefully about entire floors that aren't used, escalators that go nowhere, and doors that require level for clearance just to approach. In 2016, a contractor leaked that certain elevators inside DIA could access subelevators not shown on any map, leading to long corridors with biometric scanners and blast-proof doors. What exactly is down there? As soon as you enter DIA, something feels wrong. Bright murals greet you. Not of Colorado landscapes, but of scenes that resemble mass extinction and militarized oppression. One mural, by artist Leo Tanguma, depicts a soldier in a gas mask, wielding a sword, standing over crying children and burning cities. Another shows a group of children gathered around what appears to be a dead leopard and a collapsed forest. Airport officials say it's all symbolic, a story of peace overcoming war. But most viewers feel something else, unease. The tone is apocalyptic, prophetic. And then there's Blucifer, the 32-foot-tall blue Mustang statue outside the airport. With glowing red eyes, it killed its creator Luis during construction when a piece fell and severed an artery. Locals call it the demon horse. These artistic choices don't feel random. They feel like messages or warnings. Near the main terminal sits a granite plaque, sealed with a Freemason symbol. The inscription reads, New World Airport Commission. No such organization exists. It was never registered. No one can explain why that name was used. Beneath the plaque is a time capsule, allegedly set to be opened in 2094. The contents unknown. The capsule is under constant surveillance. Some believe it isn't a time capsule at all, but a data port, linked to the systems beneath the airport. Others think it is a symbolic marker, noting the completion of something far bigger than an airport. And it gets stranger. Hidden in the floors are Navajo symbols, German words, and what appear to be alien-like diagrams. Passengers have reported hearing strange low-frequency hums in certain hallways, tones that make them dizzy or nauseous, then fade when they leave the area. Official explanations? None. In 2001, an independent engineer named Malcolm Davies was hired to inspect the HVAC and atmospheric systems in Sublevel 3. In a report that was later leaked, he described a network of climate control nodes capable of regulating air composition room by room, not just temperature and humidity, but oxygen and CO levels, and even trace gas emissions. Why would an airport need that? DIA's security systems also appear excessive. Beyond TSA and cameras, there are facial recognition towers, installed years before such systems were standard. Some gates have M-field scanners, visible only under specific light frequencies. And deep within the sublevels, motion-triggered systems have been detected, in zones not used for baggage or logistics. In 2013, a whistleblower known only as E-Frame released a partial schematic of what he called the behavioral calibration corridor. The layout showed an underground hallway lined with micropressure sensors, adaptive lighting rigs, and directional sound emitters. In his statement, he wrote, "They're not testing weapons, they're testing responses. Fear, compliance, orientation, loyalty. Environmental stimulus, psychological control." The document was scrubbed from the internet within days. DIA is officially operated by the city of Denver, but its security contracts and infrastructure were, for a time, managed by Parsons Corporation, a firm with long-standing ties to the Department of Defense, the NSA, and even DARPA. Parsons has built everything from secure military bases to classified intelligence campuses. Why would they oversee an airport? Even more curious, during the early 2000s, several DA maintenance contracts were funneled through shadow LLCs headquartered in Virginia, within blocks of CIA front companies. These firms had vague names like Intervision Logistics and Cavendish Systems. Their existence has since vanished from public record. In 2008, a former CIA analyst speaking anonymously to The Intercept claimed, "DIA is a hub, not just for planes, for data. It's behavior mapping. It's a live field test for control systems. If you can shape movement and mood in a structure that big, you can scale it anywhere." In 2015, a large sinkhole opened near runway 17L. The official explanation? Soil instability. But insiders claimed it ruptured a sublevel module not listed on blueprints. One worker said the collapse exposed a sealed access shaft, previously unknown to ground staff. A crane was brought in overnight, and by morning the area was covered in reinforced concrete. The area was never discussed again. Around the same time, multiple reports surfaced of contractors being terminated mid-project with full NDAs and black badge escorts. Some claimed to have seen rooms filled with cables, glass walls, and biometric chairs, as if the space was meant to study individuals, not serve them. In one leaked photo, now considered erased, a room similar to a psychological observation lab appeared. One-way mirrors, controlled lighting, and strange instruments mounted to the walls. In 2020, a former aviation data analyst noticed something strange. Using Wi-Fi signal logs and anonymized smartphone movement data, he tracked passenger patterns inside DIA. What he found was disturbing. Routing anomalies that made no sense. Passengers being guided by subtle corridor lighting. Announcement frequencies, and even scent diffusers installed in the ceiling grids. Certain corridors caused people to slow down. Others led them into looped movements, often returning them to the same central zones without realizing it. When this data was published in a niche data science journal, it was dismissed as a coincidental UX flaw. But the analyst wrote, "Patterns don't happen by accident. Not at this scale. Someone is shaping behavior, not for safety, but for measurement." So, what could possibly require this level of secrecy? Several theories have emerged. 1. A FEMA command center. DIA would serve as an underground coordination point during national emergencies, connected to a network of tunnels beneath the Rockies. A psychological research hub. Ongoing environmental influence studies on real passengers, testing tech that could later be deployed in urban planning, retail, or even military installations. 3. Data and DNA collection. A theory suggests DIA is a node in a nationwide biometric sampling operation, gathering unconscious responses to stimuli in transit environments. 4. A staging point for global continuity plans. Some believe DIA is part of the COG continuity of government. Infrastructure, capable of sheltering key personnel in case of catastrophe. One common thread, the belief that passengers aren't just moving through the airport, they're moving through an experiment. DIA has leaned into the conspiracy. Literally. In 2019, during renovations, the airport put up signs that read, "Yes, the lizard people are real." What's really going on behind this wall? Freemason headquarters? A top-secret Illuminati meeting room? Construction? Or something more? To the public, it was funny. How clever marketing. Self-aware, humor. But for those who've seen the blueprints, it felt like camouflage. hide the truth by laughing at it. In 2022, satellite monitoring teams recorded odd M fluctuations over DIA bursts of electromagnetic activity lasting 4 to 6 minutes, not linked to radar or airline systems. The frequencies match those previously observed in behavioral entrainment research conducted by DARPA in 2014. Coincidence? Then, in 2023, a Freedom of Information Act request was filed for all documents related to non-airline underground installations at DIA. It was denied. The reason: files do not exist in a form suitable for release. Denver International Airport continues to operate, welcoming millions each year: families, business travelers, tourists, but beneath the floors. Beyond the murals, behind the biometric locks, something else may still be running. A system, an experiment, a test bed. So the next time you're walking toward your gate and the lights flicker, or you hear a soft tone over the speaker that doesn't match any announcement, or you catch a whiff of ozone or citrus in the air, and you suddenly feel alert,